Salutations to all the nations. It's that time again. It's the Dean's List, my friends. Now it's February, and that means it's Black History Month. So we decided we'd check out one of the oldest historically black fraternities in the country, Phi Beta Sigma. And who better to give us the info than the current members themselves here at USC. I know, you're not in history class, but here on the Dean's List, we make learning kick-ass. So take your seats. I got Theo and Darrell here with me. Theo, you're the chapter president here at USC of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Now, what are we going to do today?
What we're going to do today is just give you a little bit of history of the fraternity, both past, present, and future, and we hope you enjoy the show.
All right, fantastic. Darrell, what's the motto that you guys have?
Our motto is culture for service, service for humanity, so we just go out and help our community.
Wonderful. Well, we hope to learn more about that coming up, but first, let's get right with the number 10 artist. She has had hits on both the big screen and in the studio. Here's Jennifer Lopez with Get Right. That was Taking Back Sunday, taking the number 8 spot with this photograph as proof. They've stormed the US and the UK since their debut in 2002. Pretty impressive for a young upstart band like that. You guys are not that young. Phi Beta Sigma has been around the block for a long time, right? Can you tell us the origins of your fraternity?
Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated was founded January 9th, 1914 in the campus of Howard University, Washington, D.C., founded by 3 members. Most honorable members are A. Langston Taylor, Leonard F. Morris, and Charles I. Brown. They wanted to start a fraternity that was inclusive instead of exclusive, like most of the historically black fraternities at the time.
Okay, what are some of the principles that they began and instilled to this day?
Okay, well, our fraternity is pretty much summarized in our motto, and it's culture for service and service for humanity. And we are a community service-based fraternity, and we're trying to just get back to the community.
All right, fantastic. Quite an impressive start. And I hope you guys have started to vote on the Dean's List, because we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more of the countdown, because we've just gotten started. All right? Stay tuned. There's more Dean's List coming up here on MTvU. It's Gardner here at USC with Raphael. Now, in light of it being Black History Month in February, we're learning a little bit about one of the oldest historically black fraternities in the country, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Now, Raphael, we learned a little bit about how the fraternity got started, but what about the chapter here at USC? How'd that begin?
Well, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated first came to the West Coast in California. In 1937, we established an alumni chapter. In 1946, we chartered the first undergraduate chapter, Alpha Upsilon. Then in 1981, there were 5 brothers from Alpha Upsilon that felt we needed a chapter to focus solely here on USC's campus, and so that's when New Upsilon chapter was chartered, and we've been here ever since.
Wow, quite inspiring to learn how a few motivated and talented individuals can make such a lasting difference. Now, our next artist is actually quite motivated and talented. He is a rubber band man of sorts. He got dropped from Arista Records and is currently touring and performing with the Dean of Hip Hop himself, Jay-Z. Here is T.I. at number 7 with Bring 'Em Out. That was the game who has been shot 5 times, so he knows a little bit about hanging on. He has hung on to the number 4 spot for 2 weeks in a row. Now, he hails from Southern California, which is where we are right now at USC. I'm with Percy. Percy is part of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. It's a historically black fraternity. Now, we've talked a bit about the history and how the fraternity started, but what about during the Civil Rights era? Was the fraternity a target or a symbol? What are some stories from that tumultuous racial time?
Yeah, I know that we played a very important part of the Civil Rights. A. Philip Randolph, he helped organize the actual march on Washington, and we continue that legacy into the future. We helped organize the
That's
Million
wonderful. Good stories through all the struggles, man. It's great to hear. Now, it's Gardner here at USC with Axel, and it being Black History Month. We're getting the story on one of the oldest historically black fraternities in the country, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Now, Axel, You're not black, are you?
No, I'm not.
You're Latino, huh?
Yes, I am.
So what made you decide to be in a black fraternity?
The community service that the fraternity is involved with, the clothing drives, food drives, helping out recently with the tsunami relief out in Thailand, and the actual brotherhood that they show within each other. That closeness really brought me in and helped me out, and that's what I really like about the frat.
That's awesome. When can I pledge?
I don't know about that.
Why not? All right, our next group is on tour during the spring. New album coming out. This is Fall Out Boy with Saturday at number 3. What's up? It's Gardner here coming at you from USC with the Dean's List right now with Mark and Jermel. They are members of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. It's a historically black fraternity here at USC and nationwide. Speaking of nationwide, what kind of programs do you guys have nationally?
Well, we have a lot of programs that we do nationally. Just to name a few, we have SWAC, which is Sigma's Waging War Against Cancer, where we raise money to help fund organizations that are doing research on trying to find a cure for that, as well as Sigma Beta Clubs. And basically what we do is that it exists as a mentorship program for high school students, and we try to motivate them to stay in school and pursue higher education.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
How about locally?
Well, locally, we really try to focus on getting the needs to the community. So we try to do clothing drives, food drives, things like fighting against cancer. We do things for, right now we're doing the tsunami relief. We're trying to raise money and food and just send it out to people who really need it.
Wow, fantastic. Well, I wish you well on your future and recent endeavors. And let's take a look back at the most recent videos that we've seen today. At number 10, Jennifer Lopez got down with Get Right. Howie Day made an impact at number 9 with Collide. Taking Back Sunday developed at number 8 with This Photograph Is Proof. T.I. took the number 7 spot with Bring 'Em Out. Green Day cruised the Boulevard of Broken Dreams at number 6. Twista featuring Faith Evans held on with Hope at number 5. At number 4, The Game featuring 50 Cent did their thing with How We Do. It was Fall Out Boy at number 3, who took back Saturday. And Eminem was Playing Like Toy Soldiers at number 2. All right, Theo, Raphael, I want to thank you guys for giving us the history on the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Now, we know what's going on here at USC, but you should find out what historically black fraternities are in your campus. And you should go to MTvU.com and vote for next week's Dean's List, because we got the number 1 video coming up. That's right, it's Stray Light Run. They've been on the chart for the past couple weeks, but now they've hit the top spot with number 1. They've got Existentialism on prom night. But before we get to that, we're gonna go out with the Phi Beta Sigma stepping team. Take it away, fellas.
Get back, ease back.